Welcome you all. I'm going to talk to all you guys today and all you women that this is going to be about taking over a small town. Yes, I'm either from Canada or Mexico. You figure it out. Maybe I'm lying, but you need to figure it out. Welcome to my world, me and my friend here. We're going to talk to you about how to take over a small town, and I did. I found this small town in the middle of nowhere, Hickville, USA, let's say, or Hickville, Canada, or Hickville, Mexico. They're all three apply here. But I found this town, and all these Hicks live in it, and they're older people, and I'm thinking, I got several businesses I can start and make money. And if I can get somebody to buy my property for a road that I want to buy, this will be a great opportunity for me. So I sat down and told my woman or women that what I wanted to do, and they were all for it. Well, I made a plan when I took over this town. When I moved to this town, I had to tell fibs to get people to believe in me, and it worked. So I really do own the town. The people in the town don't believe it, but that's okay. I own the town. Well, when I bought the town, when I got into town, I decided I didn't like my neighbors, so I had to find out a way to get rid of them. And I already have a background in suing people, so that's the avenue I took. But get back to that later. I decided after I could take over this town, I could have all the influence I can have. People would follow me as if I were God, and they did. They followed me just like I was God. And that was my plan. This is how you take over a small town. You go in and you say you're being picked on after you get there, and you blame all your troubles onto somebody else, and they will feel sorry for you, which they did. It was so fun. It's not evil to do that, by the way. It's just fun. Well, once I got that done, when I bought that property, I knew I didn't need to do a survey on it because I had other intentions for it and not that. But it did give me content down the road, which I appreciate the people that I bought it from for doing that because they had no clue. Now I'm going to sue them and get my money back and walk away with more money off that property. What a bunch of suckers. See, this is how you take over a town. You don't let them get the advantage over you at all. You let them think they're running it and you know better because they will fall in line with what I want. And that's what you do. A couple of people haven't fell in line with what I wanted, and I had to go after them big time. They're still fighting me, but I will win in the end. Because when I own that town, when I took over this, when I decided to show the people in this town what a real God looks like, they knew it. I know some of the people there are envious of me because I look so great, and they know it, and they are just so jealous of me. Can you believe that? People jealous of me? But that's things you have to put up with when you take over a town. Because then when you go out, you cause hate and discontent, and you have neighbors fight other neighbors. Gives me great content, obviously. But when you get neighbors to fight neighbors, you can just go in, take over the town, and laugh at them. They still think I haven't taken over the town, but I have. I mean, I haven't taken over the town, excuse me. We can't have people think I own the town. Even though I do, we can't say that word. Well, when you get people following me, it makes it easier on you. This is how you take over a town. You get them to believe in you. You get them to believe that you're this great Christian guy. You get them to believe, if they question your Christianity, by the way, you tell them they don't know what they're talking about. I know what I'm talking about. And they will fall in line with you. They won't even questioning you about being a Christian. And that's another way to take over a town, especially when it's a small town, because hicks don't know what they're talking about. And it makes it so much easier because in my opinion they're all dumb, and I get to do what I want with them, manipulate them. And that's another way you have to take over a town, is you have to manipulate the population, and there ain't very many there, so pretty easy job really. And I tell them they cannot lie. I will sue them if they lie. Now, if I don't tell the truth, and that's not a lie, it's me not telling the truth, that is okay. If I have to go, and there's this one person, they have a great big fence, and I have to film them all the time for my own protection. You know what it's like when a gator jumps on top of that fence? I need protection from them gators. And I know they are there. Me and my friend don't want ate up by a gator, so I have to protect myself. And they think I'm harassing them, and I'm not. See, that's another way you get to take over a town. You make them think something that it's not. They think I'm harassing them. I'm not. But let them think I'm harassing them. That will cause others to argue with them to get my point across and become master of the town. Yes, master of the town. I don't want to say owner. That's just dumb. You can't own a town. You become a master of that town. Well, for you guys' information, this is another way you do it. And another way you do it, and you can master that town, is you make sure you put a mayor in there. Even though it didn't stick around very long, you put a mayor in there to get info from the office, and you can move forward. Another way you can take over a small town. Us Canadians always do that. Well, other things go on. You go after people and you lie about them. I mean, you don't tell the truth about them, and you make fun of them. And if they get lawyers, you make fun of their lawyers. The thing is, when you make fun of people, it upsets them, and you have another advantage taking over the small town. Guys, get it yet? What you need to do to take over a small town? Well, most of you won't, because some of you live in that hick town, and things happen, you know. Yeah, they say that I'm not from that part of the country. Well, guess what? My money says I am. And that's another thing. You need money to take over a town. You have to spread it thin, not thick, thin. You make everybody think you're throwing out a bunch of money. You're really not. You deceive to get what you want, and you can take over a small town. And this is a lesson for anybody out there what to do to take over a small town. Don't do what I do. Do what I'm telling you to do, and it will work. Now, I have the right to drive on the wrong side of the road, by the way. You guys need to follow the laws, because when I take over the town, and I become the sheriff of that town or constable, I'll be able to do what I want. You have to do what I want you to do, not what you want to do. And when I control you, that's another way I can take over a small town. And it'll be just like that, and you won't even know it happened. Isn't it interesting how to do this? You cause problems with your neighbors, you take them all to court. I don't care how many people you have to take to court, you take them to court, and you get a few people in the town that are blinded because of their hickism, and then you take over that town and you get them others out. You have your minions help you get others out. You make the people in that town disgraced, and they will leave and hide. Old people never know anything anyway, obviously. But when I get to take over this town, I'll rehab. It cost me a few dollars, but that's okay. I'm not saying I took it over, by the way. I'm saying you guys could do this and take over any town in Mexico, Canada, or USA. Just follow my guidelines and you can do this. Remember, you're in charge of yourself. Don't let anybody tell you any different. See, even he agrees. And I talk to him all the time. We're going to have a dress code there and a karaoke machine and everybody else, anything else I want in City Hall. We could have so much fun with the karaoke machine. I would charge everybody because when I get control of a small town, that's what I like to do. I like to go out and sing karaoke. Another thing when you try to own a town and how, like I said, the things you can do to own a town, you have to do these things or it won't work. But another thing I like is all these nice, hot-looking women are surrounding me every day, kissy-facing me and the whole bit, because they know I'm the owner. Yeah, the women too, but I'm talking about the town. Anybody that wants to kissy face with me, I own them. Don't let them tell you any different. Right, my buddy? Look at him. He all excited because he knows he wants his own town. And that's another thing I do. I teach my minions these things, and I'm good at teaching. Then I show them how to do it. And when they find a small town and want to take it over, I'll only want 53% of it, and they can have the rest of it. We can make YouTube videos or any videos on any podcast, and I will give them a cut of it. Because when they follow me and I give them certain things, they know there's a catch. Another way to take over a town, even on the commission or the board or whatever you have there running that city, when they know you're in charge, they will fall in line with you and it'll make it easier for you. That's another step in taking over a town. Don't forget how to take over a town. A matter of fact, I'm going to make all you guys an offer out there. If you want to learn how to take over a town in Canada, Mexico, or the United States, I'm only going to charge $2,500, and I can have this done to you within 2 weeks, show you how to do it. Of course, the $2,500 got to be paid up front, and I get 85% of the town you take over. That leaves you 15%. You know what you could do? Man, we can work together and both of us make money. I'll never have to work another day in my life. because my minions and my friends will help me out day in and day out. Even when I get in legal trouble, they will give me money to pay for that. I ain't paying any legal expenses out of my own pocket. They're paying it for me. Another way to take over a small town. See, you have to plan, plan, plan when you take over a small town. Never forget that. And I've planned and I've planned and I've schemed. I've planned and I planned. Forget the scheming part. I will teach you how to do this. Me and my buddy here, we know everything. And being a narcissist does help, but isn't important because I'm not a narcissist. My minions are narcissists, but I'm not. So let's get together, have some fun, and enjoy the people around us as long as they obey us. And talking about obeying, obviously, we can't have women above us. That's just wrong. Women need to know their place. And that's another way you can take over a town. Once you women realize in the town who is boss, you won't have to worry about them. They will conform to you. You don't have to conform to them. But remember, 2,500 gets you, well, I'll make you another deal. Instead of 2,500, 5,000, you can have 30% of the town when you take it over. We are going to make so much money on platforms like this will not even come close to what we're going to put in our pocket. Maybe we won't even tell the IRS how we're doing it. But we all love you. Remember, go out, make my day, get me more small towns. This is exactly how you take over a small town. Write it down, take notes, and get back with me on the 2,500 or 5,000. Which lessons do you want? It is up to you. Thank you all suckers. Thank you all hips. Thank you people from small towns.